Alright, all my party people, welcome to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk all major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much, much more. And what is more fun or more major movie news than the Marvel Universe? The MCU, which is ever expanding, even more so this year than possibly ever before, with a plethora of Disney Plus series who will be introducing new characters, new storylines, and of course the Multiverse of Madness opening up and introducing characters from realms we've never even heard of before. We are in for a huge and massive treat from Marvel all year long. Now today, later today, or tomorrow, depending where you're from, we will be getting the first episode for Moon Knight, which is also the first MCU project to happen in 2022. Today we're going to be doing a list of all of the highlights, the things that I am most excited for, and that you should be most excited for, from all of the Marvel projects coming out in 2022. I'll give you a list of the updated slate, everything you should be expecting to come out, both movies and Disney Plus series for Marvel, and then I'll tell you what exactly it is we should be excited about within each of those projects. So stay till the very end and let me know which of all of these updates we're going to be getting in all of these projects are you most excited for. I know mine, but I'm going to save it till the very end to let you know. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on those notification bells so you don't miss our Moon Knight watch party, which will start tonight. We watched the show together on our own respective devices. I can't show the episode on the YouTube channel for obvious reasons, but it would get taken down. But we watch it together, we react together with a timer so we all can sync up our Disney Plus and enjoy it. It's a lot of fun and I enjoy geeking out with everybody. So turn on that notification bell, join Discord, find me on Instagram or Twitter, and you'll be able to make sure you don't miss out on that awesome stream. I'd love to see you guys as we jump into a next saga. I have seen the first 2 episodes of Moon Knight, and I'm very excited, and you guys should be. I'm very, very excited for everybody to see it. It's extremely different, and it does open up a door to a brand new side of Marvel that we've never seen before. With that being said, let's talk about the projects that we know are coming out this year. For starters, Moon Knight, we just mentioned that. Then we have Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Thor: Love and Thunder, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, the second Black Panther movie, Morbius: Spider-Man Across the Universe Part 1. Both Morbius and Spider-Man Across the Universe are not part of the MCU. However, with Spider-Man No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness, there's always now an opportunity that any of those doors could be opened to invite those characters into the main MCU timeline. With Morbius, it's a little questionable exactly what's going on as far as timelines are concerned, but when the movie drops and with the post-credit scenes, hopefully we'll get a little bit more answers there. Now let's talk about the Disney Plus series, because these are very important for the MCU. They're not just series happening on a platform. Kevin Feige has said from the beginning, if you want to know what's going on in the entirety of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you have to watch the Disney Plus shows. So the shows are as followed: Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, and What If Season 2. We also last heard that the I Am Groot series will be coming out in 2022. However, all we've gotten is a title card, no further information, and it's a pretty packed year. Secret Invasion was meant to release in 2022, but has seemingly been pushed to 2023, and we still aren't sure, so we'll say TBD for the I Am Groot series. A very, very packed 2022. There is a lot to be excited about here, lots of new characters, new storylines being explored, and doors to different multiverses and realms being opened. So I want to start with Moon Knight. I'm most excited for the new characters and the new world, and by new world I mean new direction. Having seen the first 2 episodes, this definitely opens doors for a side of Marvel we haven't seen, and we've heard that Disney Plus will be altering its parental controls so it has a mature content segue. Now this mostly had to do with some of the Netflix shows for Marvel coming over, Luke Cage, The Defenders, Daredevil, which are a lot more graphic and very different from the MCU Marvel series. However, Moon Knight also goes in that darker, more violent direction, and it will probably be inside that parental control mature content side of Disney Plus. But it is a part of the MCU, and it is a very exciting new part of the MCU where we are getting those darker tones, and hopefully it's all leading to Midnight Suns, a very dark, more demonic almost, I'll say, demon side of the supernatural Marvel world, which will be a part of the MCU and will have some darker, more violent, more mature tones to it. Moon Knight is opening the door to that, and I'm very excited to step through that door. Multiverse of Madness comes out next, and this is going to be the biggest project of 2022. Personally, I believe it is more important and integral to the plot of the MCU than maybe any movie that has ever come out other than Infinity War and Endgame. All of the movies that we've seen, Iron Man, Captain America, they were all origin builders. Civil War was a very integral part of the storyline because it's why the Avengers were separated when Thanos hit. And had they not been, maybe they would have been able to stop him the first time around. But this is a movie to that level of Civil War. It sets the future of the MCU, and even more so that we don't know what's coming next. We presume we'll see Galactus or Secret Wars will happen, but we don't know exactly where Marvel is going with this for the next 10 years, and Multiverse of Madness is the big push into that direction, opening up portals to worlds and dimensions we haven't seen, connecting different storylines and characters to the MCU, and giving us first introductions to characters like mutants, maybe the Fantastic Four, so that we can get ready to see the real characters in the MCU when they are finally casted, get their origin story, and have a full connection there. With Multiverse of Madness comes potentially, and from what I've heard and really hope is true, my favorite character, Deadpool. Hopefully we'll be getting a scene or a post-credit scene with Deadpool transitioning over from the Fox universe to the MCU. That I am aware of, he is the only character, Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool, and a few people who will be coming with him, namely Cable, Domino, and Vanessa, are the only characters who will be keeping their roles as they jump into the MCU as actual MCU characters. Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, although they may have cameos, they will ultimately be recasted for their permanent roles in the MCU as we get the MCU X-Men. And any Fantastic Four characters we may or may not see will also be recasted in the MCU for their proper origin story. I am super excited to see Deadpool. My favorite character, it fits in perfectly. If there is a character that can transfer over by using a Doctor Strange portal and get away with it without it looking cheap, it's going to be Deadpool. So I do hope the rumors are true and we see Deadpool as we prepare for Deadpool 3 to come out, probably in 2023. Then later on in May, we're expecting Thor: Love and Thunder. It's crazy we haven't seen a trailer for this movie yet. It is very quickly becoming the closest to a release date that a trailer will drop. Currently Hulk, which is and isn't a part of the MCU, has that record, but this has already passed No Way Home's record and is closer to the release date than it was for No Way Home when the trailer had come out. So I'm hoping we get some updates pretty soon, but with Moon Knight coming out this week, we're definitely going to have to wait just a little bit so we don't take the attention away from that series. I'm very curious what's going on, if it's delays or if they have some type of strategy, something they don't want to get away, but we know the movie's not finished, but Taika Waititi says they're going to get it done. We'll just have to wait and see. However, with that movie, we're getting a cosmic side discovery. Kevin Feige explained to us specifically at the beginning of Phase 4, there are two sides to the MCU, two stories, the Earthbound side and the cosmic side. Well, so far we've pretty much only had the Earthbound side with WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki even, which had to do with the multiverse, which ties to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Spider-Man No Way Home in a way, and that's all been Earthbound information. Other than the Eternals, which all happened on Earth, we've gotten very little information about the cosmic side and the cosmic developments. So Thor: Love and Thunder will set us in that direction so we can prepare for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, hopefully, Silver Surfer, Galactus, and what other crazy cosmic entities are out there, and hopefully more information about that will also come with the Marvels, as we know Captain Marvel has been out exploring the cosmos and protecting it from the evils that are there. I also have to mention I'm excited for the introduction of gods in the MCU. Now, this isn't the first introduction, we've certainly seen other gods, but with Gore the God Butcher and the rumors that he will be going around actually attacking and defeating many gods, we will be introduced to some interesting characters who may get defeated very quickly by Gore the God Butcher, or might be in an internal struggle with him, and we have a connection and introduction to them further down the road. It's rumored that we'll be seeing the Black Panther deity, Bast, who does bestow the power of Black Panther on Black Panther originally in the comics. Then, of course, we cannot forget the She-Hulk series. Obviously, new heroes, there's rumors of a huge Daredevil cameo, and I believe them to be relatively true, so less than rumors, more like leaks and spoilers. And I want to know what's going on with Bruce Banner. He is not finished in the MCU yet, based off of everything we've heard from Mark Ruffalo, who has been very talkative over the last few years. He's got some plans, and he's been pitching a ton of ideas to Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios for the future of Bruce Banner. There's even rumors that we might be getting our first real solo film for Bruce Banner and Hulk in the MCU in a World War Hulk storyline. Now, if that is the case, then we're going to get some very dramatic stuff happening in She-Hulk and a major update for what's going on with Bruce Banner post-Avengers Endgame. Then we have Miss Marvel, a new Disney Plus series we've gotten a few trailers and looks at, and I'm a little curious at the big picture of the series, which is a big problem with the MCU. Everybody's trying to connect everything to the big picture, and I'm just as guilty of doing that as others. It looks like on its own it'll be a decent series, maybe not my favorite Disney Plus series for Marvel to come out, however, it will have very important connections to the Marvels movie, which assumingly is going to start introducing big cosmic bads, big space-bound Galactus-type characters to the MCU and show us some of those threats. So this original connection to those characters is going to be very important, especially since the presumption is Miss Marvel will be involved in the Marvels movie in some form or another, as well as Monica Rambeau and of course Captain Marvel. Not many details are out about that film just yet, however, we should also be excited for a possible Miss Marvel's trailer at the end of this year, so you can add that to the list of things to be excited for, because it seems like Miss Marvel, or the Marvels rather, will be one of the first films to release in 2023. One of the biggest question marks around the MCU right now is Black Panther, and the Black Panther sequel, Wakanda Forever. There are, obviously, for very clear reasons, the passing of Chadwick Boseman, who played Black Panther, a lot of changes that were made to that film. We were initially expecting to see Namor the Submariner of Atlantis, who in the comics, his kingdom has a huge struggle with Wakanda. They attack each other. There have been Easter eggs for this in the MCU several different times. It was very expected that this was the direction they were going to be heading, introducing this new world and a very important character in the MCU comic storyline to the MCU. However, now there's the whole who's going to be the Black Panther. Will it be a new character altogether? Will it be somebody we're familiar with, like his sister or anybody that we've met in the first Black Panther film? There are rumors going around that T'Challa had a son off screen and that we're going to be introduced to this sequence in Black Panther 2 and that his son will go on to eventually become Black Panther. So Black Panther 2 might be without a Black Panther and the introduction of his son and the future character who will play it. We know they're not recasting T'Challa. That's done. That character has had his sunset and we're going to be moving forward with a different character taking on the mantle of Black Panther. I'm very curious who it's going to be and how the story is going to evolve around that drastic change. Also keep in mind we might get our first look at a variant of Namor, not the MCU's Namor, during Multiverse of Madness, because in the original Illuminati, which is a group we'll be seeing in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Namor is one of the characters on that council. Now they can very clearly retcon and change anything they need to for it to make more sense. So doesn't mean he has to be, Black Bolt, Namor, Doctor Strange, Iron Man. These are all characters who are on the Illuminati's council, but any of those characters are interchangeable for what Marvel, the MCU, needs to do for their storytelling purposes. But it is possible we get a first look at a variant of this character, and then later on in Black Panther 2, or maybe now Black Panther 3, we'll finally meet Namor and visit Atlantis. Groot! I'm very excited for Groot, whether it is in the I Am Groot series or in the holiday special. James Gunn has been very talkative about this special recently, taking to Twitter as usual and very James Gunn-like, telling us all of the cool details, how this is the most important project he's ever worked on, and that it is very important for the future of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So this isn't just some little show, it is going to be a very important, supposedly 90 minutes, giving us details to what the Guardians of the Galaxy have been up to, leading directly into Guardians of the Galaxy 3, where we will be seeing Adam Warlock and the High Evolutionary. It's going to be an insane Guardians of the Galaxy 3 film, but this year we have the holiday special and maybe also I Am Groot. Also look out towards the end of the year for a possible Marvels trailer, like I mentioned, that could go in connection and correlation with the Miss Marvel series. It seems like The Marvels is going to be one of the earlier films dropping in 2023, so hopefully we'll get a little bit of preparation for that at the end of this year, kind of like how we got the first trailer for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, as the post-credit scene for Spider-Man No Way Home, which released in 2021, so there was that update and that information out there. Also, Secret Invasion being pushed away from 2022 to 2023 most likely, we might also get a first look or a sneak peek at that as well. But there is still more. D23, the big expo for Disney, where they finally start giving us some more information, hopefully a lot better than we got at Disney Investors Day. We will be maybe getting new titles announced for Disney Plus series, new titles announced for movies in the MCU, and hopefully some firm release dates for movies in 2023. We definitely do not have many firm release dates, and we're expecting to get more of them for the Disney Plus series and much more during this expo, which will take place in 2022. Hopefully we'll get more details as to when exactly to expect it, the time frame, and what Marvel news will be dropped. But we'll also get Star Wars news, Pixar news, and all Disney news during the D23 Expo. So a huge year for Marvel fans. A lot of first steps into new characters, new worlds, both the cosmic side and the supernatural side, ideology of the MCU that has never been seen before with the darker material, the first quote-unquote horror film for the MCU with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, the opening of the multiverse, and so much more, guys, as I just listed out for the last 15 minutes. As I mentioned, I'm most excited for Deadpool, but I'm also excited for the Multiverse of Madness. I think this movie is going to be one of the most important MCU movies ever to drop. It might not have the hype of Spider-Man No Way Home, it might not have the buildup of Infinity War and Endgame, but there's going to be so much Marvel information, MCU information dropped in Multiverse of Madness. I hope you are ready for the insanity. I know I'm not, and I know you're probably not either, but we will continue to look for some clues and trailers and updates here on the channel. So turn on that notification bell, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below letting me know, 1, did you make it to the end of the video? 2, what are you most excited for in 2022? It's a big question, so think about it and let me know. I'll see you guys later on tonight, late tonight, early tomorrow morning for the Moon Knight watch party. Don't miss it. Love to see you there. Turn on your notification bell so you don't miss on it, and I will catch you guys there later on right here on Cosmic Culture.